All right, hello everyone. This is Sunshine Rolls-Royce Technician Eddie, back to you live. And this is the plate that the two brake pumps sit on. Here we completely cleaned it inside out. You can see this is the top of it right here. Piston housing sits up here on here like this. The other one sits over here. So we're going to show you the underneath of it. This is the UE 40585. I completely cleaned it inside out. These are the piston housings. We're going to show you those here in a moment. Here's the pin right over here that only goes on the engine one way. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, we're going to install our pistons. These pistons ride on the camshaft. Down there, there's an extra lobe on each side of the camshaft, and I'm going to make sure we can see what we're doing here. There you go. So here's the pistons. They're all cleaned up. And they actually, the later models, they put a groove in here so that you can put it in here like this, and it'll fit right down into the hole. Got to put it like this. I cleaned them inside out to make sure that they slide in and out of there very easily. There you go. There's your piston. See if we can get that down there. In and out. Nice and easy. We'll go ahead and put the other one in down on the other side. Now the other ones, the old style, you actually had to remove the thing, which will show you that in a minute once I get this in. There we go. There's your camshaft piston right there. We're then going to go ahead and put our push rods. These are the push rods right here. These push rods go down through, already cleaned. You can see this is the newer style. These were made in the event that the piston pressure, the pump, over pumps the accumulator, and the bypass valve in the accumulator fails to open. It would actually blow up. It would actually blow up the accumulator from the pressure. So what they did was they made these, and they shimmed them down, so in the event the pressure gets too much, it breaks right there, and it'll break and it'll slide right down and stay in our piston down there. So there it is. They're all nice and clean. We got them all. There it is. All nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead, slide those down inside. So there it is. We have our piston. I don't want to push them back out again. But as it rides up and down, just like that, just like that, you can see it coming up and down. And that pushes up on the pump right there, because this screws down and it sits there, right, pounds the center of that so that it'll produce the pumping action to get the pistons up and running. So what we're going to do now, since we already have our pistons in there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw in our rebuilt brake pumps. The rebuilt brake pumps will keep the pistons from popping out. Get that down just hand tight as such, like that. We'll go ahead, put this one down on there as well. Set that like that, and as you can see, there's our pump housing, just like that. So now, when the client goes to put this back on, he's going to go ahead and put the screws back on. He's going to has to measure because there's shims under here, and the shims will have to be measured between 522 and 555 in order for that adjustment to go to pump these at the proper thing. So he'll handle that. We'll give him instruction on that. So now we're going to go ahead. We're not going to tighten these down because he's going to need these when he puts it back down into the car. He'll then use his special tool. This tool sits right down on like this, clamps down, clamp it down, tighten it down, and then once that's down, you put your piston. This is the sleeve. They have brand new rubber O-rings out here and a brand new one inside. And then this will slide down, just like down on it. I don't want to push it on. And then we go ahead and we put the snap ring that holds the housing down on the brake pump itself. So there you have it, Mr. Sunshine. Rolls-Royce technician Eddie coming to you live right here, right now in sunny South Florida. There it is. Beautiful shape inside out, cleaned up. He'll put a little bit of RTV silicone, very thin bead, only a thin bead around there, just enough. Don't put too thick because then you're going to mess up your measurement. Here it is right there. You can see that pumping right in there. And this one here, right up there like that. So there you have it. Okay, there's the, if you had to take these off, you would go ahead and pound these little tabs down to go ahead and take the screw out. It actually has 2 tabs here and another tab right there that holds into that hole. You also want to make sure that these holes, these are the little drain plugs, one here and one here that are open, which we already made sure those are cleaned and ready to go. Thank you for watching.